Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to another episode of my community question series. We're now on to episode 18. I do want to remind everybody I will have a contest we'll be holding at the end of this question series, and every video that you participate in by answering the question as a comment or a video response, you'll actually get entries into that contest. You actually can get up to 2 entries per video by doing a video response and a comment. I just ask if you do a video response to at least let me know about it. YouTube's not letting people share links anymore. Actually, somebody mentioned that in one of my videos that they are cracking down on that because they think people are self-promoting themselves. I think it's really stupid because I wish I could, have video links there. So if you guys share your video response with me, I will just post a link myself to your video as a comment so that other people can check it out. I really appreciate everybody who has done video responses to my questions. I really enjoyed watching them, and I have had a lot of fun reading your guys' responses, answering these questions, because I've got all kinds of different answers to the questions, so it's been really fun, been very informative, and it's also just been great getting other perspectives on these questions and getting interaction with everybody. That's the whole reason why I started doing this community question series, was to get more interaction on the channel and to interact with more people and stuff and just discuss stuff. Like, I really love discussing gaming and stuff like that. So I've really been enjoying this series. So here with question 18, I want to ask you guys, how do you guys store your consoles? And do you keep them out at all times, or do you keep them stored away? Now, me personally, I'm on the latter side, where I pretty much keep all my consoles stored away, except for just a few consoles that I actually keep out here in the living room. I have a 55-inch Samsung TV, and I only keep 3 consoles actually hooked up to it at all times. My Xbox One X, my PlayStation 4, and my Nintendo Switch. I also have a VCR. I do have a original Xbox in here, but it's not actually hooked up. It's just on display. And then, of course, I have my PC out here because all the modern games I play on this TV, so my Switch, PS4, Xbox One. But in our bedroom, we have a TV in there. I also have a tube TV in there, is where I play all my older retro consoles. I also have an Xbox One that I can play in there because I do have a flat screen in there as well. But I pretty much do all my retro gaming in the bedroom, and I just play it in there. And when I'm not using the consoles, I actually have them put away into plastic tubs. But first I'll show you guys, the little setup I have there, which is nothing fancy, but I have my Xbox One X down there with its hard drive, the Nintendo Switch. There's my Xbox that my brother actually gave me, which has a really cool explosion skin on it. He bought this at a thrift store. It didn't work. Found out it was a DVD drive, so I took that out of one of my broken Xbox, put it in this one. Works beautiful now. My VCR, I still have my X arcade stick, which I actually hook up to my PC to play MAME and other arcade games, but you can buy adapters to hook up to your console, so that's cool. And then, of course, over there it's kind of hard to see, I have my PS4, but those are the only consoles I actually keep hooked up at one time, and that I always have available to use. So the rest of my consoles I actually keep in nice little plastic tubs that I got at Walmart, and they were only like $4.88 for most of them. Now there's a couple consoles like the original Xbox and stuff like that that needed bigger containers, but for the most part these work for like 95% of my consoles, and I'm going to show those with you guys here. So first up, like, they have this nice little, you can see the nice little stair light, and if you guys want to see if it'll focus, little dimensions there, but it's a 15 quart one, and if it'll, there you guys can see what the dimensions are. But yeah, these are at Walmart. Little stair light. This has a blue lid. I've seen green and red ones there. Pretty sturdy. They do have these little locking things on the top because actually the bottom sticks out, so they actually will lock into each other. And these are like just the perfect size for these consoles. It keeps them from getting dirty. They don't get dusty, and I have access to it whenever I want to play. Like, so here's my GameCube. I got controllers in there, the power cord, and the AV cable. And these stack so nice that I can just have them stacked in our bedroom in the corner, and I just pull out a console when I need it. So another one I have here, like my Dreamcast, like I said, they fit in really nice. I do like to keep some of the cords in bags, but like these controllers are too big with the bag, so they won't fit in here. But you know, I've got the AV cord, power cord. I got my Sega Dreamcast, but this is the Black Sports Edition. It's really cool. I have a couple of these. And then I've got this really cool like jungle green Dreamcast controller. I got a regular Dreamcast controller, and then I've got 2 Sports Edition black Dreamcast controllers. So I have all 4 controllers, so I could do 4-player gaming. And there's also, you know, got the power cord, and everything I need for this console is actually kept right in this nice tub here, and it keeps them from getting dirty, which is nice, so I don't have to clean them as often. And it also keeps them protected from getting damaged at all. And like I said, you know, they lock in, so I love that these you know, you put them in there and it locks in place, and you know, they stack really well and they don't go anywhere. They do have one that's a little bit bigger than this, which I've actually had this for a long time. Probably had this thing for like 15 or more years now. So you can see it's a little beat up. This was a 27 quart Sterilite one, and it's actually still compatible with these. Has the same kind of, basically the exact same lid. It's pretty much the same size, just it's a lot taller. And so some consoles, like my Nintendo 64 here, you know, they're just too big for those smaller ones, because I have 5 different controllers in here. So there's my Jungle Green N64. There's the power cord. There's an AV cord in there somewhere. There's one of those Toys R Us lime green controllers. There's another one down there, a red one, green one, and then a gray one. So I do have a couple of these bigger ones for the consoles that have more cords, or the controllers are just bigger, they just don't fit in that little one. But still, you know, again, I can lock the lid on there, and it is still compatible to lock on there, and just look, it just does really nice job for me, and keeps my console stacked and keeps them protected, so I don't always you know, keep consoles out. And I do have one console in the bedroom I'll usually leave out on top of one of these tubs, and the one I'm currently, like a PlayStation 2 or something, but I pretty much only keep out one console at a time there that I'm actually playing with. The others are put away until I need them. It's great for not taking up a lot of space. It's also good not keeping these old consoles plugged in all the time, because they do draw power. And with old tech and stuff, you know, leaving them plugged in all the time is not good for them. You could have a power surge, or, you know, they just could wear out over time. So I don't like keeping them plugged in. I also just don't have the space for it. Now, I know I've seen people's setups where they have, you know, amazing, like they took an old dresser and turned it into like a hall, and they can house all their consoles. They built a special entertainment center underneath their TV and had all their consoles hooked up. I used to have something similar when I lived in my own before I got married, and, you know, just had my own apartment, and I was able to hook up a lot of consoles at one time, and I had a switch box and the wires and everything, and it was a nice setup and everything. But here I just don't have the space for it, and I really just don't want to have all those consoles out. So because of that, I keep them stored away. But I know other people have different setups. Like I said, I've seen people with some really, really sweet setups where they have like 30 consoles all hooked up, and they have switch boxes for everything, and you have a little guide on what, you know, hit this channel 1, 2, you know, all the different things you have to hit to get to play different consoles, and all their consoles are ready to play at a moment's notice, where I, of course, have to, you know, take the time to hook it up. But it's not that hard for me to take them out and hook them up. And so I just like to keep mine stored away when I'm not using them. And like I said, it just helps them. I don't have to dust them all the time. Like, I got constantly dusting my Xbox One X, my Nintendo Switch, and my PS4, because they're out, so they get dusty. Same with the TV. So I'm always dusting those consoles, because, you know, dust is the #1 enemy for electronics, you know. So I make sure to clean them with compressed air, and occasionally, you know, open them up and clean them out. Yeah, I don't really have that problem when they're in these nice plastic tubs, because it keeps the dust out, keeps the dirt out, keeps bugs out of it, and it just keeps everything nice and clean and pristine and ready for when I want to use them. You know, I want to play Dreamcast today. I just go over to the stack, pull it out, set it down, get everything out, hook it up, and I'm good to go gaming. So I like to keep my stuff stored away for the most part, and I just get them out whenever I'm in the mood to play a game. But I'd like to know your guys' answer. You know, do you guys keep all your consoles hooked up all the time and accessible, or do you guys have them put away in storage in plastic tubs like me, or maybe you guys have them in a box or something? I'd love to know your guys' answer to this question. You guys can answer it as a comment, or you can answer it in a video response. If you do both, you'll get 2 entries into the contest. Well, the contest will be, you know, later on. I'm not sure how many of these videos we'll do before we get to it, but, you know, I still got quite a few more questions I want to ask. And in that contest video, I do plan to have multiple prizes, because I do want to have more than one winner, and I'm thinking of things to buy and stuff to give away in that contest. So keep an eye out for that. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for your participation in this series. You guys are amazing. Really appreciate it. It's been a wonderful blast from the past, doing these community questions. This is something that I used to participate a lot back in the day in YouTube. It's really changed over the years, but this is just something I really enjoyed doing. I thought it'd be nice to bring it back on my channel and get more interaction and stuff, and I really appreciate all your guys' support. I want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. You guys have an amazing day, and Sleepy will see ya next time.